going. And we are almost off to the races. All right, sir, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, we are here at the 2019 CUNA Technology Council. I have to get this right, Xerix. The CUNA Technology Council.
Yep.
It's a very long name for a conference. So anyway, all right, take two. We are here at the 2019 CUNA Technology Council and Operations and Member Experience Council Conference here in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. And look who is in the studio lounge, the man with the coolest name in the industry, Mr. Xerix Bueno. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I blew it on your name.
And that's
Xerix Bueno, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so how's it going, Xerix?
It's going very well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're kind of a new addition to the folks at Pure IT Credit Union Services. Congratulations.
Yes, I am. I've been there about a few months now.
Yeah?
And it's been great. It's been a great learning experience and able to contribute a lot back to the organization and ultimately to credit unions.
Right on. That's the way we work. So how's the conference going for you before we dive into our topic here?
Conference is going great. You know, I've actually just an opportunity just to link up with some old folks that I've worked with in the past, as well as taking some information through some of the sessions, and it's been really good.
Right on, right on. So now the topic at hand is public, private, and hybrid cloud strategy. So can you give us kind of an overview on what we're talking about here? Obviously, different types of cloud strategy.
Yeah, definitely. I think for credit unions to continue to evolve and offer better member services, it also has to encompass the fact that they have to better leverage technology to move faster. And so a lot of that can be accomplished either through the use of cloud technologies, whether it be on-premise or in a public cloud environment like AWS or Microsoft Azure.
Right.
And so that's really kind of what we want to drill home is the fact that there are opportunities for credit unions to have, you know, not only operational efficiencies but as well as cost savings if they leverage cloud technologies, as well as in the public cloud space specifically, as long as it's done smartly and it's done securely, you know, that it's actually a pretty safe place to be.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the on-premise environment, that's still not to be ignored, because in a lot of cases for the credit union space, because of how software is in this industry, you know, a lot of it's monolithic and doesn't really play well if you just do a lift and shift directly into the cloud. And so there is still a need to actually have, you know, robust and agile local equipment on-prem for the time being.
Right.
That is.
Right. So, but the cloud though is cost effective. The maintenance, there's all sorts of pros and cons.
Yes.
Either way you look at it. So I mean, is there advice that you would want to provide?
Yeah,
out
there absolutely is. So first of all, from a cost savings perspective, there's cost savings if it's done right.
Right.
A lot of services that you consume within the cloud environment have obviously varying pricing models, but the biggest challenge is for some credit unions who have just simply picked up their infrastructure and just dropped it into the public cloud, they've actually found that it's not actually saving them anything.
Really?
It's actually costing them more money.
Oh my.
And then again, that gets back to, you know, they're trying to just lift and shift versus thinking about a cloud strategy. And that's probably the number one thing is that you have to have a cloud strategy going into it. You have to figure out what business challenges are you effectively trying to overcome, or what IT challenges are you trying to eliminate altogether. And that really is a good starting point for defining what your strategy is. And so what I always tell credit unions is that if you're not actively trying to use cloud for the purposes of one of those two items, then don't do the cloud at all, because then you're just really getting into it for the sake of saying, hey, we're in the cloud. Like, which really, that's not a strategy.
Right.
I mean, the board coming up and saying, hey, we want to be in the cloud, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, the board doesn't know either.
That's a request, not a strategy.
Exactly. Yeah. so yeah, just definitely for credit unions, it's if you don't have the cloud, you know, the cloud knowledge of working with within the public cloud space, find a technology partner who does. Really take the time to understand what that partner can provide, what that partner can't provide, and then work together to create a collaborative strategy of then leveraging those public cloud technologies and figuring out how to join your private cloud to the public cloud to create that hybrid strategy.
Jeez, a lot of clouds. It's getting kind of cloudy in
very
here.
cloudy.
Bada boom.
Yeah.
All right. So where should credit unions go? I mean, where are we with this? I mean, what's the percentage of credit unions on the cloud and percentage of credit unions not on the cloud? I mean, obviously it's probably growing.
Yes.
The cloud based on meetings.
So from a cloud adoption standpoint, there are more credit unions that are starting to adopt it. A lot of large credit unions are also like in the billion plus range. A lot of them are actively pursuing or are already there in terms of using public cloud technologies. And it's really, I think the biggest advantage would be if the smaller credit unions figure out how to also leverage the public cloud technology. That's where it's going to have, I think, the biggest impact in our industry, because it's going to allow the smaller credit unions to operate and take advantage of a lot of the same technologies that larger credit unions can typically just go out and buy.
Exactly, and plus, I mean, the smaller to mid-sized credit unions, they may not have the resources that a larger credit union has to do some of this stuff on their own. So cloud would be beneficial to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, sir. Gosh, anything else to wrap this up? This is a very timely topic that's going to keep growing, obviously, for sure. Yep. So, and keeps you on top of the topic as well. Definitely. I guess my parting words of wisdom to the credit unions would be that definitely consider cloud is part of your strategy. It is, like I said, it's a long-term investment. It's a long-term strategy, but it'll have immediate gains as long as you approach it smartly and actually have a good, solid strategy going into it. It makes a world of difference. Yeah, do your research for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, like anything. So good stuff. All right, Xerix, thank you so much.
Hey,
Appreciate the time. There he is, the man with the coolest name in the industry, Xerix Bueno from Pure IT. Go check him out.
Cool.
Good job, sir.
Thanks.
Well done. You rocked it. Did way better than I did. I kept stumbling and mumbling.